I call it blocking. I highly recommend blocking. The way it works, their sword speeds its way towards your skull. You put your sword between their sword and your face. Putting it behind your head does not work as well. So you go here to preserve this.
Sweetheart, you've still got a problem.
Yeah, I know, you're still here.
I've been with your block.
No, it was cool. It was really, that guy even took my picture. It was awesome.
No, there's a problem with just blocking.
You're right, I should have pulled up my sleeve so they could see my arms.
Here, look, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and you guys are probably
True
all
on the
excited
internet.
that he talks so much. So we're just going to show you. Are you ready? You can do your cool blocking.
All right, absolutely, go. Took my picture again.
What's your problem?
There is no problem. This is awesome. All right, you got. All right, this sucks.
Okay. You forgot that part that we already talked about, where if somebody jumps out and swings a sword at you, you should...
Look at it, because it's shiny.
Man, maybe you guys can help me out. If somebody swings a sword at you, you should...
Ooh, I heard the whole guy from Iowa. Move with a V. I got it. Okay. Gotcha.
So you can do your cool blocking, guys, but this time you got to do this like math. You're going to add together blocking with...
Wait a minute. Did you say math?
Yes.
No, I hate math.
It's...
I'm terrible at math. I like figures. I was just really bad.
Look.
Somebody laughed.
It's just two things. You're going to add together blocking and moving.
Two things. Do I have to do them at the same time?
Yes.
It ain't happening. I'm a man. I can't do two things at once.
Fine. Like always, I'll do all the work. You swing at me and I'll show you.
I can hit you with a sword.
Yeah.
In public?
Sure.
And this is okay. I love this show. Alright, so I swing right at your head.
And I'm going to block.
Yeah, blah, blah, whatever. I swing and you block. Here it comes. Hey! That didn't work right. Do it again. So I attack and you do all that. Just stop moving so much.
No! I stole it. I'll try one more time.
This is starting to look like our first date. Fine, one more time. Go! Alright, this sucks. Who wrote this part of our script?
Maybe.
Look, I know you didn't write the script. Do you know how I know? There were no crayon marks on it anywhere.
Oh, yeah? Because you ate all my crayons last night?
Is that what that was? I thought you were cooking again, dear. The worst part is I was going to tell her after the show that supper last night was better than normal, and I'd like to have the same thing tonight.
Dinner's on you tonight.
That could be kind of fun. Just you, me, and 2 or 3 of my closest friends. I mean, so you give up then. You're not going to use the sword because girls can't handle swords. Works for me. Maybe you can move down to something more a size you can handle.
Don't you mean a size you're used to handling?
That was harsh. Alright, fine. The tanto. No relation to the Lone Ranger. Thank God. Oh, don't laugh! She makes me put that in the show. 7 years we've been doing that joke. We had one person laugh, and he was in Wisconsin. And he was wearing a cheese head to a Ren fair. So anyway, the samurai warriors, as trained as they were with the longsword or katana, there were times on the battlefield when a samurai would find himself without a sword. And unlike today's video games, you couldn't just push pause on the battlefield and then scroll through your available weapons and find the bazooka and keep going. The samurai had to be able to keep fighting without the sword. Now, before we get to the tanto, usually there were 3 reasons why a samurai would use his sword, okay? Reason number 1, incompetent samurai, and he dropped it. We fired that guy. Reason number 2 why a samurai would not have his sword on the battlefield: crappy sword and it broke. We don't buy swords from them. The katana was arguably the finest weapon ever crafted for handheld use. These swords were designed to go entirely through human bodies. They weren't supposed to break on the battlefield, which leaves us with reason number 3 why a samurai would be without a sword on the battlefield. And our personal favorite: I left my sword in that guy. That guy. You always pick on somebody. We're still getting legal papers from that last guy. Look, samurai would stab somebody with a sword, the guy would go, ah, twist, fall, die, and the sword would get yanked out of your hands. And I mentioned already, the samurai couldn't just go, wait, pause, or for my generation, time out. Didn't always work. So what the samurai did is they carried a backup weapon. They carried a knife known as a tanto. Sharp on one side, not on the other. Still differentially heat treated, so it had that cool wavy line. This knife was something that was capable of going through bone and armor if used properly. But it was important since it was smaller than the sword. Aim was really important. You'd want to put it somewhere like between the ribs. The downside was this was an emergency use weapon. So they carried it in the front of their sash, and the only time they would need it is if they lost their sword on the battlefield and they're being attacked by some psychotic little weapon. Hi, sweetheart. And so they'd have to be able to draw the knife out quickly. So while you watch us demonstrate this, if you notice that I'm holding the knife upside down, and you go, ha, Samurai Dan's an idiot. Okay, that might be true, but it's not because the knife is upside down. This is how the knife was drawn out. If you were going to use it for longer than that, the samurai did this amazing move I want you to watch. 24 years of training went into this. See the knife? Watch my thumb. So, if they were going to use... You know the worst part? Even though it's sarcastic, that'll be the most applause I get all weekend. Except to not know. So if they were going to use the knife for longer, they could rotate it. But it was drawn out like this for a very good reason. You only need the knife in an emergency. It's carried in the front of the sash. Gentlemen, if you take a sharp piece of steel and put it edge down in the front of your pants, and the only time you need the knife is an emergency, and you go, wow! This was considered natural selection at work. And there were no little blue pills that could help with that. Okay, so edge up. You draw the knife, you use it. So the goal was, if somebody attacked you, to end the fight as fast as possible so you could get your sword or use theirs because they're not needing it anymore. So the attack comes in, you put the knife in the most devastating places imaginable to end the fight the fastest. Attack comes in, under the armpit, no armor there. Into the rib cage, into the lungs, twist it around a little bit. You got the idea? Flight.
That was not nice.
All right, fine. I'll attack and you show them. Now, do you have this figured out? Look, you have to take. Knife combat was very, very abrupt.
Okay.
I know. Okay, no. So you have to put the knife in the place that will cause the most damage the fastest to end the fight. All right, here we go. So attack. Why are you snickering? Nothing bad's gonna happen.
It ain't gonna end well.
So attack comes in. Hey, no!
You said the most damage the fastest.
That's cheating.
Well, fine. How about we go to Psycho then?
Really, Psycho? So you want to be Anthony Perkins with the knife? That makes me the hot naked chick in the shower. All right, there's something wrong with it. All right, fine. So reverse grip. Attack comes in. Yeah! Now see, if my wife had a heart, that would have hurt. That wasn't a heartless blonde joke, sweetheart. It was the Wizard of Oz joke. Remember the Tin Man, the guy in the armor with the really shiny axe? That's you. Now you're going to be distracted. Look, let's trade jobs, okay?
Okay, you're gonna hit me again?
Yeah, we'll trade jobs. I'll be Anthony Perkins, so I'll be the man in a dress. All right, it's good typecasting. So I'll be the guy in the dress with night, and you can be the hot naked chicken. Don't think about it that way. The scary thing is there's still a couple people out there picturing me in a little bonnet. Okay, maybe not. So, this is what Psycho would be like. Janet Leigh, that was the actress in Psycho, right? There's nobody in this crowd old enough to even. Janet Leigh, if she had trained in samurai arts, this is what the end of Psycho would have looked like. Here comes the attack.
If my husband had a brain, that one could do some damage.
All right, that does it. Give me that back.
But Wizard of Oz, you're
No.
the Scarecrow.
I am not Michael Jackson. No. Back to sword.
Oh, you mean like the epic battle?
Epic. As in to the death.
No, to the pain.
Really? We went Princess Bride. We went there.
I love Princess Bride.
Yes, you and every woman on the planet. Do you know why we like Princess Bride?
Why?
It was the only movie where they proved that eating chocolate will bring you back from the dead. And if eating chocolate will keep you alive, you're going to live forever. It really is to the death now, isn't it? Well, I better get serious about this. Hold on. All right, you ready? When you do sword combat, violent and nasty, and be the better man wins. Man.
She's got this.
The one who wrote the script? Alright, the one that can read. Ready? Hey! Go! 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 Hey, go! Go! Hey, go! Go! Hey! Hey, go! Go! Hey! Hey, go! Hey! Go! Go! Really? Alright, so now it really is like our first date. Right down to the begging part. Fine! We're not working!
I think he needs his own round of applause.
Sure, sympathy applause. Also like our first date. I mean, no, that's not what I meant. You can always tell when I throw in a joke that wasn't in the script because she loses her composure. We have to stall. Yeah, you said that too. I mean, no. Right here. We gotta bow out. There's people coming in. They're not here for us. They should have been. All right, Shomani, right? Domo arigato gozaimasu, which, as you all know, is an ancient Japanese curse that if you do not stay for Ellen's panel, all of your hair will fall out.